you, show you what this waistline do all sorts of things to you. I wanna make you my boo. Now I want to wine on you, show you what this body do. Put this body.
What is up, you guys? It is D. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, we are going to have this discussion because we are nearing 2021 and we are approaching 2022. And to be honest, I've been helping some of my friends start their own YouTube channels for a while now. Now, I'm not saying I'm good at doing YouTube channels, but I'm just saying a little bit of advice can go a long way. And hence the title of this video is How to Start a YouTube Channel. Okay, let's get into it. So obviously, if you're on YouTube, you probably have a thing called a Google account. If you have Gmail, let me just say this. If you have Gmail, you probably have a thing called a Google account. Now, a Google account enables you to basically enter any Google anything, like YouTube, for instance, right? So if you have a Google account, you can create a YouTube channel. Basically, you have to sign in on YouTube using your Gmail account or your Google account. And then from there onwards, it is a world of endless possibilities. Okay, so it is 2021. We're approaching 2022. And you're going to start this YouTube channel with me, okay? Okay, so first things first, you obviously need a Google account. With a Google account, you sign in on YouTube and you can essentially create a YouTube account from there onwards. The instructions are relatively clear, guys. I don't think I need to go into details for this one. Okay. Number 2, you need to pick a name, okay? It's important to pick a name because this name is essentially going to be your brand, okay? You can't just call it whatever unless, well, the brand is going to be whatever, you know? So for instance, my YouTube channel's name is Dintle Pondo because essentially I wanted people to know me as Dintle Pondo. And should I ever create another channel, then that channel will have a name that, you know, works for it. Another example that I can make of is Patricia. Patricia has Patricia Bright. That is her main YouTube account, her main YouTube channel. But she also has another channel. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called wow, I actually forgot what it's called. I forgot my favorite YouTuber's channel. Oh, okay, anyways. But your channel, you can essentially have a different name for your channel. You can change your name over time. Another example that I'd like to make of is one of my other favorite YouTuber, Isimeme. Isimeme, before she changed her YouTube channel to her actual birth name, she used to call her channel African Beauty, right? And now she has changed it. She now goes by her name, Isimeme, because she realized that, you know what, as she's growing on YouTube, she actually wants to be identified by her name. And essentially, that is her brand. So create a YouTube channel name, okay? Now, other things that you need to think of are things such as your profile picture. It's relatively important to have a profile picture because, I mean, we want to see who are we subscribing to. You know what I mean? We want to see who are we subscribing to because nobody wants to subscribe to a channel called M. Like the profile picture is M. It's the one that YouTube basically provides for you. Just M. No. Have a beautiful, interesting profile picture that we can say, oh, okay, we see you. And also another thing when it comes to profile pictures, I do think that if you have, say for instance, you link your YouTube channel account to your social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, those places, they relatively need to also have the same name. So if you are, say for instance, I'm Dintle Pondo on YouTube, I'm also Dintle Pondo on my Facebook page, I'm also Dintle Pondo on Instagram, I'm also Dintle Pondo on Twitter. Though I don't essentially use Twitter, but I like to keep the same thingy, the same. So it's important that if you're going to use this name, say for instance you are called that girl L, you need to be that girl L on Facebook, you need to be that girl L on Instagram, and you need to be that girl L on Twitter, because essentially what you're doing is you are trying to bring you're trying to grow your platform, right? You're trying to grow your account, you're trying to grow your channel, and you're going to be bringing people from different areas, and people on YouTube would also like to maybe contact with or connect with you on your social media accounts, like my subscribers do, my viewers do the same thing. Any questions, anything that they're confused about, they can find me on social media, on Facebook as Dintle Pondo. They can go on Instagram as Dintle Pondo. They can go on Twitter. I'm Dintle Pondo everywhere. It's just Dintle Pondo. Simple. So it's essential to have a profile picture. My profile pictures also match. My profile picture on Facebook is the same. My profile picture on Instagram is the same. And my profile picture on YouTube is essentially the same. So that way people are not confused, because there are probably a lot of Dintles. I don't know. I don't really check, but your name might be common. So therefore it helps to kind of like narrow down the search. Another thing that you also want to include is a banner or like a background. It's usually you have your profile picture over here, and right where your YouTube channel is, like your name, at the top, it's a picture, it's a banner. It's probably grayscale right now. You need to create a banner, and essentially where you can go and create banners. I like to use Canva for everything. Canva for my profile picture, Canva for my banners, Canva for my thumbnails, and so on and so forth, but we'll get into that. So you need to have a banner, and your banner can basically, you can just have your name on your banner. You can have a collection of your pictures on your banner. You can also have things like your name, a collection of your pictures, as well as some of the niches that you have in your channel, but I'll go into that in details a bit later. So essentially it's something that is just going to basically beautify your channel, that makes people be like, oh, this person is actually taking an initiative to making their channel look good. Because when your channel looks good, it makes people want to subscribe. It makes people want to be like, oh, I wonder what kind of content she's posting, or what kind of content he's posting, and so on and so forth. Now, another thing that you need to have is, now let's get into the video section of your YouTube channel, right? An intro is essential. As you guys know, I've had multiple intros over the years, but essentially right now my main intro is you have the one that you saw in the beginning of the video. That is my intro. Another intro that I have is, what is up you guys, it's D. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, so and so and so. Those are essentially my two intros, okay? And you can also create your own intro and on Canva. You're more than welcome to do so, honey. So eventually I'll show you guys step by step how to go about doing all of these things that I've listed above, okay? Now you need to find a niche. Like I did state that in your background or in your banner, you can have your niches listed above. So what is a niche? A niche is essentially some of the topics or a category that you belong in YouTube. So for instance, you've got your lifestyle, you've got your vloggers, the ones who be like, spend the day with me, get ready with me. You got your makeup enthusiasts, you've got your natural hair enthusiasts, you've got your DIYs, your arts and craft. It's a very big platform. You've got your gamers and stuff like that. So you need to find a niche. What is it that you are going to be putting on your channel? For instance, I started off with natural hair. Well, before I started off with natural hair, I was doing covers, but that's besides the point. So I do natural hair videos, and then I branched out and I started doing university videos, like things, tips and tricks about university, things that you need to know about university and stuff like that. I started giving out a little bit of like life advices based on the current stage or the current time of my life and stuff like that. Then I also did a couple of vlogs here and there, but I'm not going to say that I'm a vlogger because my vlogging skills are just incredibly mediocre, and I feel like, just don't call me a vlogger, it's fine. And I do sewing tutorials as well. I also give tips and tricks of your sewing machines and your overlockers and stuff like that. So those are my niches. If you're coming to my channel, you're either coming here for natural hair videos, you're either coming here for sewing tutorials, or you're coming here because you are interested about varsity and varsity life and so on and so forth. So those are my niches. Now it's time for you to figure out your own niches so that your subscribers, they know what they're subscribing to. Because at the end of the day, you want to build a community. So is your community gamers? Is your community makeup enthusiasts? Is your community natural hair enthusiasts? Is your community fashion vloggers and style enthusiasts and stuff like that? So essentially you want to build a community. Now, how to go about filming with your phone. Now, as you guys know, I film with my phone. I use a Redmi Note 9. at the moment, which is a phone that I currently bought quite recently, and I've been using it for these past several months. It's treating me relatively well. So I am going to include a short little clip of how I essentially go about filming with my phone. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys an example of basically how I go about filming my own videos with my phone. Obviously, I'm not using my phone because my phone is actually the one that's recording this video, but this is my neighbor's phone, right? So usually my setup is relatively simple. Whenever I'm doing any sit down videos, then what I do is I have my ring light over here, right? And I position it right over here. I take the phone, right? Go to camera, and then it depends on whether I'm going to use the front camera or the back camera. So then I would put my phone in here. So I put my phone in here, and essentially this is basically what I would look like, and then I just sit. So this is how I would sit, and then I would look at the camera, and then I'll be like, okay, what is up, you guys? It's Dee. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. And essentially, if maybe I didn't like the intro, I just stand up a little bit, I just click there, I just stop it, I just come back again, and then I just breathe a little bit, and then I go back again, and I just click to video, and then I'd be like, what is up, you guys? It's Dee. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Now, let's get into investing into your channel. Now, I do know a lot of us, we fear starting YouTube channels because one, we don't have the same camera that Vicky V is using. We don't have the same camera that Kiamo M is using. We don't have the same camera that K Republic is using and stuff like that. But why should that stop you from starting a YouTube channel? You can definitely record like me with your phone, and the only things that you relatively need is one, good lighting. Two, your voice needs to be heard. Like your sounds, they need to be heard. You need to be heard on your channel. You can't be like, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So essentially what I'm going to be talking about is that how to go about starting. No, you need to be loud, because I know that I'm using a phone and my phone is relatively a good distance from me. So therefore my voice needs to be heard. It needs to be loud enough that the speakers of my phone can essentially catch it. So that's basically what I mean when you need to invest in your channel. You need to invest in this, especially if you know that you're filming with a phone. You need to work extra hard compared to when you're filming with a camera, because there are certain things like your phone, you can't actually tell if your phone is even recording. You need to buy memory card for space and stuff like that, and all of that. You just essentially need to invest to such a point that you can now actually get a camera, because at the end of the day, aren't we all like working towards growing our channel, growing our content, and essentially investing little by little into our channels and stuff like that. So yeah, when I started out, I didn't have a ring light. I actually used to have a lamp, my mom's lamp. I used to put it behind my phone, and then I'd like make it face me, and then bah, lighting. If that's not the case, then whenever it's sunny, I'll be like, well, honey, open the curtains, let's do the things. You know what I mean? Now I have a ring light. I bought my ring light for 200. No, actually bought my ring light for 430 on Takealot. But because then it was expensive, but now it's relatively cheaper. Takealot likes to have sales and stuff like that. You can literally get a 12-inch ring light for 200 on Takealot, guys. Do not be afraid. Am I not doing the doing things? I'm doing the doing things. Now, another thing that you also want to do is you want to be consistent on your channel. Being consistent helps you grow. Also, one thing I've learned is that once you reach up to 30 to 35 videos on YouTube would also start recommending your videos to people who have similar interests to what your videos actually is about. You know what I mean? So you need to be consistent. You need to, I can't necessarily say that I'm consistent all the time, but I try to be consistent by uploading 1 or 2 videos a week, 3 times if you're really, really lucky, because I understand filming is not relatively easy, and also because of your schedule, you are doing things. You don't just spend all your time on YouTube. You go to school, or you probably work and stuff like that. So you need to be consistent, because people don't want to subscribe to people's channels that upload every 6 months. We want to see you every week. Like, oh, you need to be in our face. We need to see you every week. It's like, bah, 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 there's a video from you, because then you stay relevant. People now talk about you like, oh, can you go and subscribe to that girl's channel? I feel like you'd actually like it because she does this and this and this, and so on and so forth. So always be consistent. Consistency helps to grow your channel, because now it shows that you're dedicated, and people will also dedicate themselves to subscribing to your channel. Now, you also need to edit your videos. Now, as you guys can see, my video is relatively long, But you also need to edit your videos. Editing your videos shows that you've put a lot of effort into making sure that your video is aesthetically pleasing as possible. And softwares you could try out is Filmora. I use VN because Filmora now has a watermark, and nobody got time for that. I don't want a whole watermark on my video, like it's basically covering my face. So you need to edit your videos. Editing your videos, have nice transitions, have words, do something, add something to the table. Yes, it's a lot of administration, but at the end of the day, all of that hard work will pay off eventually. Number whatever, you also need to structure your videos. Don't come here and start being all over the place, because at the end of the day, it's just going to show that, okay, you didn't prepare yourself and stuff like that. And why should we invest in somebody who doesn't even have who doesn't take the opportunity, the chance to prepare themselves to make sure that they're delivering the best content possible? Because there are so many people who are delivering the same content as you. What makes your video stand out? You know what I mean? So when you have structure, it actually essentially shows people that, oh, you actually took the time to actually put in effort and making sure that your videos are the best and more informative or more interesting, and so on and so forth. Now, also another thing that you need to do, it is just something that is really important when you're starting a YouTube channel. Avoid copyrighted music, because when you have copyrighted music, you will never get monetized. In fact, YouTube, it will even get to a point where YouTube basically bans you. It bans your account. It deactivates it. So stay away from copyrighted music. YouTube Studio does provide music for you, so whenever you want to add music, you can always go to YouTube Studio and go to their music that is non-copyrighted and is provided for you. It's free of charge. You don't even need to pay for it. Am I not the girl? Okay, another thing is be authentic. Always be you. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to imitate somebody. Be yourself, because at the end of the day, you want people to like you for who you are. You want people to subscribe to your channel simply because of you are you. You are genuine. You just do the doing things that is being done by the people, and somebody's buying their dough. But anyways, we move on. So always be authentic. Then another thing is you also need to start promoting your own videos. When I first started out, I didn't really promote my videos as much because I was like, oh my god, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of my family, that girl with low quality videos, and people are going to be like, oh, we know her. But essentially you want to grow, right? And it's so important, like those first few weeks when you start your YouTube channel, obviously you're not going to get 100 views, 1,000,000 views, unless you are really lucky. But when you promote your videos, share your links to your friends, share your links to your social media accounts, and so on and so forth, so that people know what is it that you're doing, so they can also share with their own family and friends, and we can all be family and friends. You get what I mean? So yeah, also another thing I want to point out when it comes to sharing your content is that don't have high expectations, because sometimes your friends and your family members will not even watch your videos, or if they do, they're just gonna criticize it, and it's up to you to just develop a backbone. Like I don't have an expectation for all my friends to watch my videos. If they do, well, thank you guys. I appreciate your support. But if they don't, I'm not going to hold it against them. They probably don't even like the content that I'm promoting or the content that I'm doing and stuff like that. And I'm not going to hold that against them, because at the end of the day, they have a right to do their own thing. It's their data, it's their time. And I can't be like, hey, you must watch my video. If you don't, you're a fake friend. So another tip is basically have fun with your channel. Don't be afraid to have fun. Don't restrain yourself, I mean, at the end of the day, still be respectful to your audience, but have fun. Enjoy your channel. It's yours, honey. There's such endless possibilities. Like today you are on 0 subscribers. Next week you're on 1K subscribers. So have fun, because when you have fun, everybody who's watching your channel is having fun with you. Okay? Another thing is have interesting titles, searchable titles, because at the end of the day, you don't want to have your video, bear in mind, like I said, there are many other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, so your video needs to stand out. One, you need to make sure that your title is like doing things, you know what I mean? It's searchable. Even if I go on Google and I say how to start a YouTube channel, then YouTube is going to be like, well, also include me there. Here's a person who's doing the video. Here is a video that explains how to do this thing. Have searchable titles. Another thing to help to get your views up there or get your video out there is also use hashtags. Write in your description box, put hashtag how to start your YouTube channel, hashtag YouTube channel goals, hashtag roads to whatever. Your videos have more chances of getting watched, Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna have very complicated titles, people are gonna be, no one's gonna find it. Who's gonna find it? It's just gonna go down, 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 down. Or the person who's got the most simplified or searchable title, the video is gonna go up, 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 up. Okay, you get what I mean? So have searchable titles, use hashtags. It's very important that you use hashtags. Hashtags will also help to promote your videos, because maybe there's something that you're speaking about in your video and it's not in the title, but you can use a hashtag so that it's relevant. You know what I mean? So it's like searchable terms, man. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. So last but not least, thumbnails. Have interesting thumbnails. The prettier thumbnail is, the more likely somebody is gonna have to go, is gonna click on it. Also, avoid clickbait. Yes, clickbait is good sometimes, but at the end of the day, if I'm gonna click on your video and you promise me something and then I get there and it's not there, we're gonna fight, me and you. In fact, I'm not even going, I'm gonna dislike your video. Yeah, I'm gonna dislike your video. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's up. You know what I mean? So have interesting thumbnails that are catchy but at the same time are relevant to what it is, like to what your video is all about. This is the same thing with your video titles. Let them be interesting, let them be searchable, but don't have clickbait titles, because at the end of the day, if somebody's gonna click on that video and then you don't have what you wrote on that title, well, your audience is going to be relatively annoyed and pissed, and your comment section is going to be a nightmare. And also engage with your commenters. Don't be weird and start acting like a celebrity and be like, I'm not going to respond. Yeah, some people, they comment comments where you're like, hey, there wasn't a need for that one. But try to be as friendly as possible. Try to be as engageful as possible, because engagement is also important when it comes to your YouTube channel. Show people that, oh, okay, babes, I am friendly, but I don't take nonsense, but I'm friendly. You know what I mean? Yeah, like be firm, but be friendly. You get it, right? Cool. Then, least but not, yeah, the final one is have fun. Have fun and just grow. Have fun and just grow. Because at the end of the day, it's your channel, honey. And why are you not starting it? Why are you not starting your channel? Be sure to subscribe for more videos. Hit the notification bell for any updates. Every time I post a new video, you'll be updated, number one. And share this video to anybody who's interested in starting a YouTube channel using their phone.